All right, 9. So this question is similar to the last one. It's just a little bit more complicated. So if we take a look, we have 4d to the exponent 4 w to the exponent 3 times 6d w to the exponent 4, and then all of that is over 3d to the exponent 3w times 8d w to the exponent 2. So we're going to do this question very similar to the last one, but first we should always try and simplify the numerator and then simplify the denominator, and then we can actually start to do the division. So if we take a look at the numerator, we can actually take a look at things that we can multiply together. So I look here, I have a 4. I also have a 6. So I know I can multiply two numbers together. So 4 times 6 is going to be 24. Then what I want to do is I know I have a d here and I have a d over here. So what I want to do is I want to take that d to the exponent 4. So I'm just going to do my rough work over here, and I'm going to multiply that by d. And since there's no exponent here, that exponent has to be 1. So when I multiply it together, I know that I'm going to, when I multiply, the rule says that I add the exponent. So I'm going to do 4 plus 1, and I'm going to end up with d to the exponent 5. So now I'm going to write 24d to the exponent 5. And so all that's left now are my w's. So again, I'm just going to come out here and show you my math. So I have w to the exponent 3 times w to the exponent 4. And again, when I'm multiplying like basis, I'm going to add the exponent. So I have w to the 3 plus 4, which is equal to w to the exponent 7. And so now I'm going to come over here and I'm going to write w to the exponent 7. And now you'll see there's nothing else I can do to simplify the numerator, because I have a number, I have a d repeated 5 times, and I have a w repeated 7 times. So now I can go ahead and simplify the denominator. So here I have a 3 and an 8, so I'm going to multiply 3 by 8, and when I do that I get 24. Now I have a d to the exponent 3 and a d, so when I multiply those together, I have d to the exponent 3 times d. Remember, this is just d one time, so then I add the exponent, so I have d to the 3 plus 1, which is equal to d to the 4. So in the denominator, I'm going to write d to the exponent 4. And then I still have some variables left. I have my w's, so I'm going to do w times w squared. And again, I only have one w, so when I add the exponents, it's going to be 1 plus 2, which is 3. So w to the exponent 3. So now I have simplified the denominator. So 3d to the exponent 3w times 8d w to the exponent 2 is the same thing as 24d to the exponent 4 w to the exponent 3. So now that I have done that, the next thing I want to do is I want to do any division that I can. So in this case, I'm going to divide. So I'm going to divide 24 by 24. Well, when I do that, 24 divided by 24 is just going to be equal to 1. Then I'm going to divide d to the exponent 5 by d to the exponent 4. Well, I know that when I divide those ones, I'm just going to subtract the exponent. So when I divide like bases, I subtract. So I'm going to do d to the exponent 5 divided by, d to the exponent 4 is just equal to d to the 5 minus 4, which is equal to d to the exponent 1, which is just the same thing as d. So now I'm going to write down d. And so for my last step then, I'm just going to take the w's and I'm going to divide w to the exponent 7 divided by w to the exponent 3. And so I have w, so I have a division here, so I know that when I divide, I subtract the exponents, because I'm going to be able to get rid of some. So I'm going to do 7 minus 3, and so now I'm left with w repeated 4 times, so w4. And just so you know, if there's a 1 out here, we don't normally write it because by definition there would only be one of them, so it would just be dw to the exponent 4. So just to do a quick recap, when you have a question that has some numerical math that you can do in the numerator. You want to simplify as far down as you can in the numerator first. So we simplified this. So we did 4 times 6, which was 24. D to the 4 times d, which became d to the exponent 5, and w to the exponent 3 times w to the exponent 4. So remember, we add the exponents, we got w to the 7. And then we want to simplify the denominator. So again, 3 times 8 was 24. D cubed times d was d to the exponent 4. And w times w squared became w cubed, because again, we just add the exponents. So once we got to this step, we were almost done, but now we want to see if we could simplify it any further. So now that we have a simplified numerator and simplified denominator, we could actually try and do some of the divisions. So we divided 24 by 24 and got 1. We divided d to the exponent 5 by d to the exponent 4 and got d, because remember, you subtract the exponents when you divide. And then we had w to the exponent 7 divided by w to the exponent 3. So 7 subtract 3 became 4. And so then we were done with d times w to the exponent 4. That's as simplified as we can make that question. So if you have any other questions, nines, please don't hesitate to write. Hope this helps.